All right, y'all. This is Mr. Let Go, and we are about to do a very important recap on all of this Charlie Kirk stuff. Because the reason why I'm doing this show is because I think it's really a shame how overall, if you just think about what has happened to Charlie Kirk, you can explain it like this. Charlie Kirk, his life was taken from him 2 times. And I want y'all to think about that. They took Charlie Kirk's life 2 times. The first time it was when they killed him and he's dead, right? But the second time they took his life is now they are Charlie Kirk. You have one guy, Rob McCoy. The second Charlie Kirk died, what did he do? He went on Charlie Kirk's Wikipedia page and added himself on there and said he's the co-founder of TPSU, which is Turning Point USA, along with Turning Point USA Faith. And Turning Point USA Faith, I think when they actually started Turning Point USA Faith is when they just started rubbing their hands together like Birdman, like, you know what? We no longer need Charlie Kirk, because this is bigger than these college debates. Because when you think Charlie Kirk, you think college debates. And who can debate young people as good as Charlie Kirk? Not many people. And if you put somebody up there that can do it better, it's not going to work because that person is not Charlie Kirk. But once they started TPUSA Faith, then they just like, yo, do y'all know we don't need Charlie Kirk no more? Because I'm a pastor. Charlie is not a pastor. I can do better than Charlie Kirk. I know more about the faith world than Charlie Kirk does. And he's talking mess about IHOP. And he don't want to take money from them. And everybody's mad at him. Let's just go on and get rid of him and just take over his life. And then you got this dude, Andrew Colvett, where he literally is sitting down every day as Charlie Kirk on the Charlie Kirk podcast. They didn't even think to change the name. The name of Charlie Kirk's podcast, even though Charlie Kirk isn't here anymore, is a Charlie Kirk podcast. So these are the things we're going to discuss. Candace Owens went live, and we're going to talk about the plane that keeps showing up at every Turning Point event for the last 2-3 years. And the people of interest. I want y'all to drop the people of interest that y'all think. One of the people is Tyler Boyer. But if y'all know some others, drop them in the chat. And on top of that, I got some guests. And some of y'all know who the guests are, but I got more guests from the Scooby-Doo mystery team. But before I bring them on, I need y'all to 1, hit the like button, 2, hit the like button, and 3, hit the like button, and drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. And I got a new intro. So I need everybody, along with hitting the like button, I need y'all to drop fire emojis in this chat if y'all like my new intro. So here we go. I'm about to play the intro and then bring everybody up. Here we go. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this intro.
Everybody.
Oh, let me start over.
Everybody, everybody hit the like button. 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 If you got something to say, drop it in the comments. Don't be acting afraid. What? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. If you got something to say, drop it. Drop your city. What? Drop your city in the chat. What? Drop your city. What? Drop your city in the chat. Drop your city in the chat. What? Everybody, everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Why everybody hit the like button? Everybody hit the like button.
Just do it.
All right, let me know what y'all think about that.
Oh my God, is that you singing?
No, that's not me singing. No.
Who is that? Who is it?
I know how to make music. Put it like that. I know how to make music.
Love it.
Y'all like it?
Love it. Love it. You gotta copyright that.
Yeah.
And you should play it every time you start a live stream.
Oh yeah, most likely I'm gonna do it. Everybody drop y'all city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Let's go. So shout out to, as y'all already know, Allie, and then Allie's man. Shout out to you, Chris.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me on, Mr. Letko.
Yes, sir. So just so y'all know, me, Allie, and Chris, we be fussing like we was fussing till like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, there was a little bit of back and forth, man. We're always discussing, always politely and respectfully, but we're always discussing, right?
Right. We always be fussing about stuff. And then we got my guy, Amani. What's going on, Amani? Introduce yourself. You gotta unmute. You gotta unmute first. Unmute.
My bad. My name's Imani, representing the West Coast, but I'm in Houston. And thanks for bringing me on. I appreciate it.
That's what's up. So, Imani, you are in the Scooby-Doo mystery team. What are your thoughts on how we operate in the Scooby-Doo mystery team?
I don't think there's anything like it, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
So I'm watching these other channels and platforms, but because you have everybody researching and posting information, and then everyone else is dissecting the information posted, we're getting to the bottom of things, I think, much faster than a lot of the other groups. And
I
I'm
agree.
really looking forward to hearing you talk to Candace Owens or some of these other larger platforms, because they have a spin that has to do with religion or they're different groups. And a lot of them, of course, are not the same color as you and I. So your perspective is a lot different. And I look forward to your situation elevating so they can get some real factual information that they could take to the bank, take to the court, take to the defense team, etc. I think it's high quality.
I appreciate that.
Well said, man.
Very well said.
So me, Allie, and Chris have been kind of like fussing today also about this whole plane situation. And so we got so much to talk about. So we're really just going to kind of like just have a conversation on everything that has been going on. And something Allie brought up in the chat, she literally said, this whole situation, just all together, it's a fake shooting because Charlie Kirk wasn't shot. He is dead, but he wasn't shot. Fake security guards, everybody's fake expressions, like Erica Kirk is acting like she's crying and she's not. Fake coffin hands, the little rubber hands that was, when whoever was in the coffin was in the coffin. Mikey being this fake hero, he didn't do nothing, right? A fake memorial that looked like a WWE event. A fake pastor, this Rob McCoy dude. I don't even think he's the actual pastor. I think he's just taking on just a role. I gotta mute y'all for a second because there's some feedback. You can unmute whenever you want to say something though. Fake cameraman, the man who actually turns around and films this whole thing, steals the SD cards, and then as a cameraman starts filming himself instead of Charlie Kirk when he's getting carried to the damn place. I mean, carried to the hospital. fake autopsy. I don't even think it was an autopsy. You know, you hear about this random ass person. It wasn't an autopsy. It was a medical examiner that said that his bones stopped a bullet, even though it wasn't a bullet. That's how I could tell it wasn't. It was either nobody did the autopsy or it was a lie, because I'm sure y'all already know, the people watching, IHOP looked up the hospital, and probably like 5 or 6 medical examiners at the hospital, probably so they can bribe their asses before Charlie Kirk got there, so they can make up something to say what happened. Then fake shooter, Tyler Robinson. He didn't shoot nobody. He's probably some innocent little boy that just likes boys. Next, fake decoys. Then fake Hunter Kozak. Hunter Kozak comes up asking the question that, to a certain degree, is when Charlie Kirk got killed, this boy is an actor. He has an IMDb. So to keep going, fake blood. It wasn't blood. It was just some weird stuff that was coming out, because when they picked him up, there was no red on his shirt. There was no red on the ground. There was no red on anybody's hands. And then fake crime scene. There was no yellow tape. Not one time did I see yellow tape anywhere. And then fake police. The police that came out there they literally said, everybody go home. There's nothing else to see here. Everybody go home. And I'm like, wait, they're not going to pull people to the side and take statements? You know, when you have a car accident, the first thing they got to write a report. Not one police officer pulled somebody to the side and wrote a report or took statements. They just shooed everybody away. So the police was fake. Then we all talked about a fake doctor, and then the fake lawyer. Do y'all know Tyler Robinson's lawyer is fake? We can get into that. And then fake freedom shirt. When this man fell to the ground, the word freedom disappeared from his shirt mysteriously. Fake crowd. 3,000 people. 3,000 people. And not nobody get on TikTok talking about what happened except for the actors, which is the little dude who had the IMDb. I forgot his name. Start with a Z. Then fake freedom medal. Freedom medal. It was told that police give away this little weird little medal, but it's fake. And then fake EMS. The EMS on the scene didn't even help Charlie Kirk at all. They just walk around with these medical badges for no damn reason. So we have a lot to talk about. But if you, Hunter Kozak, thank you, Hunter Kozak. But if y'all in the chat, if y'all watched Candace's show today, put a 1 in the chat, because we're going to talk about that a little bit. But Ali, Imani, Chris, what are y'all thoughts on what we have seen thus far? And then we'll get into the nooks and crannies and everything.
Who do you want to go first?
Whoever.
Ladies first.
Oh, okay. Also, fake FBI. Just want to put that out
this
there.
whole investigation is being covered by the fake FBI, who can't even give us Epstein, can't give us nothing. It's just even more fake rolling on forever, it seems.
And he keeps tweeting about all the stuff that he's done in the past. Like, we captured 458 people. I don't care about that. Why?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, so what would you like to know? What would you like? My thoughts on what right now? All the fakeness and gayness, or?
Okay, so I asked everybody if they would put a 1 in the chat. They watch Candace Owens' live stream today, and a lot of people put a 1 in the chat, right? So let's talk about that. So,
all right,
whether Tyler Boyer or the planes, y'all know more about the plane thing than me. Can y'all explain that part?
I can start that, and then Chris can kind of dive into, because he's like really good with history and all the other stuff.
Well, just to state, first of all, Candace is using basically like an app that tracks, or not an app, but maybe a site that tracks control towers that track planes. And this is what she's using to find out information about how planes go where, how long they stay, and where they go after. So just to state that clearly, that's how she's doing that. And you can look it up and you can use it yourself. It's the same thing as doing the searches we were to see who is looking up other people.
Right. So if you now watched her live stream, she did have a screenshot on the screen. I don't know if you have it to put up. No? Okay. I did send it to you, but that's okay. She did have dates highlighted in yellow and blue. So
she broke it down into 2 flights, basically a blue plane and a gold or yellow plane.
And a yellow plane,
yeah. So what she's doing is basically like when this whole thing happened, right? A day or 2 after, she brought up the plane in one of the first live streams. And Cash Patel and other people are like, what do you mean? It's just normal. Yeah, they just turn the transponders off all the time. It's no big deal. What are you talking about? So basically, I believe this stream, she was just trying to show, you want to know what? There's been a history of this for a couple years, and both of these planes alternate or at the same time are showing up at turning point events all over. And it's not just turning point events. They even showed up at a chapter start in a small little town
Lincoln,
somewhere.
in Lincoln.
Yeah, so they're literally following Charlie on events. They're following turning point activities, and this is through all their branches. So you had a chapter being started. They showed up at faith events, so turning point faith events, and turning point action events. So it's interesting when you kind of look at that. They were trying to blow it off, but there is an actual history you can track, which is facts, that shows that they were kind of always there, these 2 planes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because first she said when he first passed away, she did say, well, what's with this plane? Why is this plane? Why did it turn off its transponder? Why was it there at whatever time? And the first thing people did was attack her and said, you got the time wrong. The plane wasn't there and didn't fly off there and didn't fly back here. She just said that. She just made up a time to catch the bait, to catch the lies. And she's been logging the lies. So I love how she does that. And I think even Kelly and Rachel said the same thing, catching the bait. You know, she'll put something out, and as soon as she does put something out, they don't comment on the truth. They comment on her errors, but she's putting fake errors there to catch them. To catch them.
The weasels are, right? The opportunity.
She's very smart. Yeah. Like I love her. She's so smart. And then for me, when she put up on the screen, I couldn't believe she put that up on the screen. The TPUSA event in Lincoln. At the bottom of the screen, I circled it for you. It said February 11th. Well, February 11th, that was in Lincoln. An Egypt plane came from Cairo.
Was that gold or blue?
That was gold.
That was gold.
That was gold. Went to Lincoln. And that event, which made a new chapter, like you were talking about, Chris, was there for 4 or 5 days. And the plane was there for the same amount of time. Because she said, well, why is this plane, she didn't connect the dots yet. She goes, why is this plane from Egypt, Cairo, Egypt, going to Lincoln? She's trying to track it, right? She goes, well, there must have been an event. Let me search it. And she had some trouble searching it, but she finally found one. Yeah, there was an event. There was a TPUSA event. What odds are that, Aaron, of them having an event
and it was
the same time?
It was starting of a chapter too. So that's also what made it difficult to search, because at that point, there was nothing there.
Yeah.
Until the chapter got started. Now there's something there. And this plane just happened to be there through the time frame of that setup and unveiling, and then bailed.
And that was 2024. Now, if you keep on looking at, he goes on and on from 2022 to 2025, that Egypt thing is going every event, every freaking event that he did. I couldn't believe what she was showing us. So I got like goosebumps and shivers. And I'm like, okay, well, who's on that plane? Like, that's the next question. Like you were saying too. Well, I think she knows.
Because
Yeah.
I'm like, if we don't know who's on the plane, what's the point of talking about this? But y'all gave me a little bit more clarity. But yeah, it's just how my brain works. If I don't know what you're talking about, I'm not gonna listen.
Right. Right.
just
You
what-
want to know what? I think a lot of us are wired that way, honestly. If you're not making sense, time's precious these days, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I feel like
Yeah.
she has something there, and I don't know, maybe it's a woman intuition thing because women do have that. I feel like she has gathered stuff from 2022 and the same plane with the same license plate, okay, is going to TPUSA events. Who's on that plane?
And she actually sort of connected sort of a weird sort of observation that this blue plane would land before the gold plane and then take off, and then the gold plane would linger and then take off. It's almost like there was sort of maybe one sort of legit plane full of maybe dignitaries or whatever, and then maybe something maybe a little less official. And she even sort of referenced that on this yellow/gold plane, whatever we are calling it, right?
Yeah.
That it seems to be, it's made trips to, I think she said military bases.
Military bases, yeah.
So not all the time, but the fact that it's done that is unusual for a private plane and kind of sort of really points to one direction. Like, I don't think you're going to be hanging out at a military base to catch a private flight, right? Even if you're
Right.
a millionaire.
Yeah.
Why
Right.
would you just go to a normal airport,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or go to a small airport that's private,
Right.
something more exclusive.
And what you
right?
were saying, Chris, too, was like it's kind of smart. If IHOP wanted to disclose that they're not IHOP on the plane, then let's go to Egypt. Let's use their plane. Let's do it from there, and then no one will ever know. And let's do it for the next 2 years, so no one will know or think it's suspicious because we've gone there before.
Well, yeah, and it's something that just creates like some degrees of separation, right? And if you're in this political world, you need that separation to keep your hands clean, right? So,
Yeah.
So if IHOP wanted to do something but not appear like they had anything to do it, get a neighbor to do it. It's literally one of the oldest things in history, right?
Like makes a lot of sense because once they start talking about Egypt, I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? Some damn Egypt? What?
Right.
But that might be the reason why they may be doing it.
Right.
Well, you got to remember,
Go ahead.
Egypt is the one of the other countries that has a border with Gaza, and
Don't
they're
say
directly involved.
Don't say the G word.
IHOP.
Well, I only use IHOP, but I realize
You're a Waffle House.
G word. No, IHOP is IHOP, but I got you.
The G word is Waffle House.
Waffle
perfect.
House.
So
IHOP
Waffle
is
House and IHOP are
Okay,
in
got it.
connection, right? And the regulation of that border was a major issue during the conflict that we've been watching unfold. So when
Yes,
you
it
look at
was.
what Candace showed us, several years have been going on. If you're talking about an operation, you have prep, and that's the one plane showing up early, and then you have post, doing the
Yes.
cleanup, right? And
Exactly.
then whoever is doing the operation comes in and gets out quickly.
Okay.
That's what it looks like to me. Plus, if you follow the money, Aaron, like you said earlier, who can afford these private jets traveling this long distance? It's starting to look like,
so long.
right.
And
It looks
this
like the company
often.
that's
Amani.
involved has been in bed with IHOP for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it was Charlie Kirk that was bucking the odds. He was exposing the relationships of, you go on their website, you see all these board of trustees, all these board members.
Yeah.
I think they were the ones that orchestrated and fund and operate how that whole thing happens. And he had nothing to do with it or found out what they were doing one
And he
separate.
found out what they
Yes.
I truly believe that he was naive to a lot of the things that were actually happening in his company. I believe that he honestly thought everybody was there, one mind, one body, one soul, to do good, a freedom of speech. But then, as we all know, politics is a dirty game, and it's killed or be killed sometimes, very literally. It's definitely dog eat dog. You know what I mean? So that's just a game. And, I feel bad that, a person who really wanted to sort of, or at least seemed like they really wanted to do some sort of good for the United States got snuffed out over $1 bill, and it's kind of horrible, you know?
Yeah.
So I want to bring this up. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and he couldn't understand why in the hell am I still talking about Charlie Kirk after a month then went by. He was just like, what on earth is the conversation about? Because, you know, he's not watching. And I told him, I said, this is really simple. I'm just going to break it down like this. Do you remember? Oh, shit. I remember last time we talked about okay.
Gotta be careful.
Sean Combs, Bad Boy.
Yes.
Remember, Bad Boy had this artist named Biggie, and Biggie was their only artist at that time, right? This was before Mace, this was before everybody. And then all of a sudden, Biggie became the biggest thing in the world, and he was super famous and everything, right? But what a lot of people didn't know is that Bad Boy was not making any money. The reason why they weren't making any money is every single hit that Bad Boy came out, you know, in the beginning was a sample.
Right.
So that means he'll sample this person's song, sample that person's song. And when you sample somebody's song, either half or a third of the money got to go to the person. You know, it's called clearing a song. So the clearing is the negotiation between how much I'm going to make off of this song that you're going to put out. So next thing you know, he wasn't making a lot of money with Biggie because a lot of things that went, you know, through the roof were samples. So Diddy was like, you know what? Well, Sean was like, you know what? Just like with Charlie Kirk, because I don't want to lose anybody. Biggie is sending us through the roof, and he's making us famous. You know what would send us farther through the roof? If Biggie died, and then we start whining about Biggie in the songs. Oh my God, I miss you, Biggie. Biggie was my best friend. Every step I take, all that stuff. And they're like, yo, let's kill Biggie. And next thing you know, just start crying on stage. Oh, we miss Biggie. Oh my God. And people are going to buy our stuff, spend more money with us. And then all the money can now go to me instead of Biggie, the other person, and the other person, and the other person. The same thing has happened with TPSU or TPS USA. Get rid of Charlie Kirk because Charlie Kirk was denying the IHOP contributions. He was turning down $2 million here, $5 million there, know this, know that. And they're like, bro, what are you doing? And then they was just like, you know what? Because I said this earlier. Once Turning Point USA became a faith-based thing and it got into church this and church that and pastor this, pastor that, they no longer needed him because none of these dudes had the charisma to go on a college campus and, you know, go back and forth with these young kids. But they all are these faith-based people, They're better than Charlie Kirk on the pulpit. So just like with Sean Combs and Bad Boy, they was like, yo, do you know what? We don't need Biggie. We could just use Biggie's music and then just do Biggie tributes and then move on from him.
Yep.
And that literally worked. And Sean and Bad Boy became the biggest thing since sliced bread right after Biggie died. That was when Mace came out and Bad Boy for Life and Faith Evans blew up even higher. And what's crazy is with the Biggie situation, they killed this boy and Biggie's baby mama, no, Biggie's wife, even better. Biggie's wife sung background with Diddy on Every Step You Take.
Oh, yeah.
The same thing is going on with who?
TPUSA.
Same thing. They get rid of Charlie Kirk, and here comes his wife crying on stage. So the same way they use Biggie's wife is the same way they're using Charlie Kirk's wife.
Like the title of your video tonight. Yeah.
And as you just said, we just got to
Kill like
see
two
who Erica is going to be doing background vocals for. And by the looks of it, it's going to be Mr. Vance.
Either Mr. Vance or either Mikey.
Oh yeah, both.
I
Not
think
only
she's
that,
got
but-
higher aspirations
For
than a
Vance.
24-year-old kid. Let's be real. If she ever would want a path to the White House, it's going to be through Vance,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, like, would she be able to? So, like, in the next election, you think she'd be able to take it? I don't think so. But say Vance did, and Vance gave his overwhelming support for this widow.
Yep.
After his term was done, you might see her run back to back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you said something about Diddy and getting rid of
Biggie.
Biggie,
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to say that. I don't know what's allowed to
Oh,
say.
you can talk about
Oh,
Biggie.
okay.
You can talk about Biggie, Diddy, and Pop,
All right.
man.
I don't know if I should say that K
It's
word
okay.
or what. Okay.
No, just say
So,
get rid
but
of.
it
Get it
just
right.
came up in my mind because, you know, the music industry and like art, let's say, everybody's famous when they die, right?
Yes.
Or even more so, or their legacy moves on.
Mhm.
And when you said that, something really disturbing came to my mind
Uh-huh.
because you said, you know, when he got rid of him, he got bigger. Now we got rid of Charlie Kirk, his legacy. So you killed him once. Now you taking his legacy as killing him twice, right?
Well, no. It's
No.
taking his life twice. You take
Taking
his life,
twice.
and then you take his life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember what she said, Erica said in the hospital? Does anybody remember? Say it in the chat if you remember what she said, what Charlie's face looked like in the hospital. Does anybody remember?
Do
Right
y'all
in the
remember
chat.
that?
Write in the chat if anybody remembers.
And y'all can see the chat, right?
Or if you want me to say it, send a super chat.
This actually
'Cause
blew my mind when Allie mentioned it. I didn't even remember this.
Imani,
and
you
it
are gonna freak out. I see what he's looking right
blew
now.
my mind.
I think he
man.
knows already, but does anybody know? Does anybody know what Erica said about Charlie? It's just his physical appearance in the hospital.
What did his face look like in the hospital? And I'll read the super chats that did come in, and I'm gonna give y'all a second to guess. But can y'all see the chat? I want to make sure y'all can see the chat because all y'all just go on YouTube on another phone or something. Can y'all see the chat?
Yeah, I can.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I can.
But I have
Okay,
you
y'all
on the
good.
screen too. So.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. That's what's up. He on TV. That's what's up. That's what's up. We on TV. That's what's up. Okay, let's see. Because I'm reading the chat. Let me see. Nope. Looks like nobody's saying it. And everybody in the chat, please say IHOP and not the other word. The word starts with an I, please. I don't want to get demonetized. All right. Well, tell everybody.
Okay, so when she was in the hospital, now remember, let's think of art and how much art costs when someone dies, okay?
Value goes
The
up.
value
right?
goes up when art dies,
Mhm.
okay? Let's keep this in our minds, everyone, a famous painter, okay? She said when she saw her husband in the hospital, he had a Mona Lisa smile.
A Mona Lisa like half smile, to be the exact quote.
He
there.
died happy. Is what she wrote. If you look it up and then because you said this about Biggie, it popped in my mind.
Yeah.
That moment of like, you know, when someone is passed away, they're worth more. And I'm like, well, I think about art because like I'm an artist, I paint, and I'm like, well, I always like laugh to Chris and I say, well, my art's not gonna be worth anything unless I die, right? And then I thought of like Erica at that moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, she literally said he had a Mona Lisa smile. What does everybody think in the chat about that? Boom.
All right, so let me read these super chats real quick. Shout out to Allie. Allie, you loving this. I love this. Allie is loving this. I love it. I love it.
You freaking say stuff to me and it pops something in my head and
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I love it. Because the thing about it is that's why I created this group so we can like bounce things off of each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because this is how Scooby-Doo and them solved the crime. It wasn't just one person. Everybody split up and then they came back and started, seeing what they could find. So shout out to Manual Override. Hey, is it okay if we don't drop our cities in the chat when discussing IHOP? Okay. Fair. Very fair. They're very fair. Shout out to Manual Override again. Thank you for the super chat. But she thanked the heroic first responders who weren't even there. There were no first responders.
Those heroic first responders who were at the titty bar, who never showed up to respond
And
to save a life.
And by the way, Cash Patel wasn't even there. He was tweeting, from what I heard from Candace said this many times. He was tweeting, they got him, which was the first guy and the second guy. Yeah, he wasn't even there when he was tweeting that.
Yeah, like he was repeating social media posts he's seen and acting like he came up with it and was busting out the information first. Like, oh my goodness. Like, you're literally losing all faith in the FBI when your investigation resorts on social media posts, man.
Yeah.
Cash Patel is a pure idiot.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Angela Jordan. When will you talk about the Rode Wireless Go IHOP searched 728? Do y'all know anything about that? The Rode Wireless Go 2? I don't know.
I gotta look that up.
Rode Wireless Go 2.
Yeah, not sure.
No, I'm not sure about that.
So Manual Override says a connection to movies, snakes on a plane. Snake.
Oh my God.
Literally or figuratively? Figuratively, I believe 100%. I agree with that, man.
And the doctor said even if he was shot in the ER itself, he wouldn't have survived. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Well, that artery is a pretty lethal artery, and Allie and I watch Valhalla VHF for a lot of our military and doctor stuff, and he said it would have been possible, but you would have needed to react it immediately and not stop applying the service you needed to until the doctor was physically operating in between your fingers to save him.
Yeah, and they would have had juice all over the place. He said, I have held my own combat military friends and they've died on the spot. And he goes, you would have it all over you. Juice would be all over the place.
He's like you know the gentleman we're talking about. He's a Green Beret, but he's also a combat medic, and that's where that medical expertise that he has in the field really sort of it hit me, man. Like when he was talking about that, I'm like, okay, I trust this man. He's been in combat. He's seen that. He's been in that position. He's watched his brothers die in combat.
Yeah.
And he was the man with the hands on the wound trying to save him. So like when you go through an experience like that, you know it, man.
Yeah.
You just know.
And nobody had juice on them, so
he broke that down hardcore with a really good angle, which would have, I guess, been if you were Charlie from the right side. And I believe you have that and posted on your Patreon.
Yes. If you want to see that,
But he really kind of destroys, any medical assistance in that video.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Manuel O'Reilly says, question for y'all. What did she have to have the crowd say? What chant did she have the crowd say? I don't remember that part because I didn't see it. It was so disgusting.
What is he referring to? What
Erica?
Chant, what on what day? Like the last event she did?
I don't know. I'm assuming he's talking about
the funeral.
memorial. Is it the memorial, the medal service?
It hasn't even been a funeral yet. Nobody knows what a body is.
Right, the body's.
We know it's rumored to be in the state of Arizona, but like last I checked, Arizona's not a small state.
Yeah, that
so-
was a little bit vague. What crowd and what is the person still in the chat? Can they tell us like what are they referring to?
Yeah, let us know what you're referring to, because so let me play this from Candace Owens and we'll get into this.
Despite all of this, and this breaks down the very many.
And I got well, I'm gonna bring something else up too. We're gonna talk about Tyler Boyer after this.
Showing Sean Foyt. Now, despite all of this, and this breaks down the very many properties that they say are owned by him, very expensive properties, by the way. There's always going to be a real estate. There's almost going to be like a real estate theme, and what we're going to discuss later. They're breaking down like this guy owns.
Hold on, y'all.
A lot of properties. That's interesting to me. When the money is looking funny, and you see that people own a lot of properties, you should be interested, okay? I'm not making any allegations against him, but I'm going to make some broader allegations that when I started piercing this layer of the Mormon church, I was like, is this a church or is this a real estate empire? Never seen so many real estate transactions in my life. People that were paying cash more than what the property was worth. And I'm going, when I see this much real estate being purchased in cash, I know a thing or two about money laundering. It's a good business to be in, is all I'm saying, right? It's a good business to be in. And I gotta be honest, these mega churches are looking a little funny, okay? They're looking a little funny. What was it, Joel Osteen? Like, the plumber was fixing a toilet and found like $1 million in the hole. Do you remember this story? Mega church pastor, Joel Osteen, his church. I think it was, I gotta pull it up if you can find it, Skylar. The plumber's like, hey, I'm here to fix the toilet, and finds that actually there's like almost $1 million of cash in one of the walls. And I think Joel Osteen issued a statement and was like, we are very surprised to see this. It's very strange. This is in the walls of our church. That's amazing. God has blessed us greatly for supporting Israel. I'm joking. He didn't say that. But I think the excuse that he gave, here it is, the plumber doing repairs, November 10th at the mega church, blah, blah, blah. There was a loose toilet in the wall. We removed the tile, and oh, wow. And it is. These pastors like tickle me now. It's like, I don't know. That's so crazy. That is so crazy. There you are. There you are, $1 million. I did not see you. That broader implications of cash being found in any place. I'm thinking the cartels, right? Like that's where my mind's at. I'm thinking cartel money is flowing through the border and could end up in a closet somewhere. Again, I'm not correlating that to Joel Osteen, but I do think the fact that money was found there is weird, and his excuse makes no sense. I will say that. Now, jumping back into our timeline, where was I just now? We are, though, actually. It is relevant, and it is true that Charlie did not.
I ain't gonna lie, it was so hard to keep up. She was all over the place. But shout out to Candace. It was difficult.
Not know where the money was coming from. That's why he established Doge. Okay, he did not know where the money was coming from or where it was going to.
So now she's talking about Charlie Kirk. So that's just the thing I want to talk about right here. Go ahead.
And I know the answer to the question, I think.
Okay. Well, let me just play this and then we'll talk about it.
Yep.
Sounds to me like a very sophisticated money laundering operation could have been. It is relevant, and it is true that Charlie did not know where the money was coming from. That's why he established Doge, okay? He did not know where the money was coming from or where it was going to. That sounds to me like a very sophisticated money laundering operation could have been happening under his nose. Now, I'm not a forensic accountant. I am saying this so that those of you who are forensic accountants can go do what you do and figure out, for Charlie, establish the internet Doge. Okay, where was the money coming from and where was it going to? And then my Turning Point insiders tell
the internet Doge is hilarious.
Tell me the money was indeed looking funny. Okay, it was just a lot of money coming in really fast and going out really fast. And I can tell you what it sounds like. We don't have any facts on that. We only have just a sense of Charlie's emotion at the time. He says, no, BB, I don't know maybe where this money's coming from. I'm good. I'm not going to go to rehab in Israel, and I'm not going to take your money. Charlie said.
Okay,
That
so
was genius.
y'all's thoughts, and then we'll get yeah.
I'll throw a couple
So
ideas
what are
out
y'all
there.
thoughts? Go ahead.
So, number one, that was genius to drop Doge, because if for any reason the official Doge gets involved or Elon Musk gets involved and there's a higher level investigation into the financial infrastructure, that's going to be a problem for IHOP and for TPUSA. That's
Yeah.
one. And then remember when the reports came out that IHOP was paying a company here to geofence churches and then send them all kinds of messaging in their phones that were IHOP favorable?
Yep.
That is just one step, because all these young kids in these chapters, that's college.
Yeah.
College kids ain't got no money,
It's
but
data farming.
the faith-based community and these churches, not only do they have money, but like Candace said, for laundry purposes, it's brilliant. They're 501c3.
hmm
They can write off just about anything, and their expenses, you can leverage and adjust as needed inside a 501c3. So
hmm
it looks like this operation has been going on for quite some time, and Charlie may have gotten wind of it. And so it makes sense
Yes.
to remove him and replace him with the faith-based community. Like you said, TPUSA is all faith-based leadership.
hmm
But
Right.
that's strange.
Because
Why not college leadership or university level leadership, executive
Yeah.
leadership?
And
They
that was
went.
the edge they had on Charlie. Once it changed to faith based, they no longer needed Charlie.
Correct.
right. Also, there's two Justins when they're talking about the Doge thing. He had Justin
Mhm.
Strife and he had Justin Olson. Justin Olson took over the financial operating stuff, and Justin Strife, he wanted in the Doge to oversee the finances. Okay. So that was in, if you remember the memo, when he did the Doge in September 2nd, he was getting Justin Strife to oversee, basically where the money went
Mhm.
over Justin Olson. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember Pastor Rob McCoy speaking. I clearly remember this. You guys can rewind it. He said, Mikey and Justin in his speech. You have to go rewind it and watch.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
don't know why Justin is so important. Remember, when people are guilty, they blurt out weird things. Okay. Yeah. So the Doge thing was very suspect. Why you have a financial officer and now you're hiring Justin Strife to take over it. He gave him a higher job to do, which would oversee the other Justin. I know this is might be
Yeah.
confusing to you guys, but I watched so many videos. I watched so many debates. Dave Smith is my favorite. Okay. You guys, I watch so much videos. I know I have so much stuff that me and Chris watch. But yeah, I do have the answer if you're ready.
Go
I
ahead.
think I'm right. I don't know. I did watch it and I sent you the video today. You remember Erica going, "Ah, my husband can't be replaced,
hmm
But he has so many similarities. JD
But
has so many, but yes, but you can play it if you want, but yeah, she has so many similarities. JD has so many similarities to my husband. My Charlie can't be replaced, but
yeah.
JD has so many similarities. That is disgusting, okay? And I think what was chanted was, I think it was either 47 or 48 or Charlie, something for, I heard it. It was Charlie 40, I don't know. Am I right?
I don't
48 or
know. I have no
47?
idea.
Am I right? Who's the one who asked the question?
I think it,
48, 48, 48.
I think it was random. She said, "But," with the vice president in the room.
No, they're asking what were people chanting? Remember we watched the
I don't
video?
know.
Yeah, we did.
Because
Okay, I don't know if
I'm
I'm
not
right.
watching as many videos as y'all. Hold on. Is this hold on, let me see if this is it.
Yeah, we're ripping through stuff as quickly as we can consume it, pretty much.
Here it is.
Came on the campus.
This is it.
He loved to immerse himself in the culture of the campus that he was. Toddy
Oh no, I don't know what the hell they. Okay, I don't know.
Well, let me know in the chat, whoever asked that question, if that was right.
So, question. So, you see the picture of these goofballs on the screen, right? Y'all see the screen?
Oh, I was right. That's it. Was it 47 or was it 48?
Well, somebody said it in the chat. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, we got the chat up here too.
I'm
You
seeing.
see,
Ah!
you see it in there, right?
But was it, wait, manual override? Was it 47 or 48, or was it Charlie? And did they say Charlie 48? Like, what was it? 48.
48. Charlie, that's crazy. But after he died,
Wow,
We just
man.
watched that today, babe. We just watched it. We watched JD Vance
after
also
he
debate.
died,
At the oh my god, at the at the Turning Point event with JD Vance. Remember that big banner I
no. My
sent you?
question was, they chanted Charlie 48 before he died or after he died?
No, at the event they had just recently.
So it would have been after.
After
Yeah,
he died or before he died?
Just
Was that at the JD Vance event?
yes.
So it's after.
You know where she's kissing, not kissing Vance, but she's like putting her hands through his head. Yeah, that event.
We watched a little bit of that event today. We didn't get all the way through it, but JD Vance was trying to do exactly what Charlie does. He's like, so I'm going to debate college students. Please, everybody who disagrees to the front of the line. And the questions were
Stupid.
Well, they weren't stupid. They were just very, in my opinion, weak. They were easily answered with easily explainable answer in a certain viewpoint.
Programmed.
Yeah, well, just sort of set up. Like, it's the same thing as like if you're watching a president or prime minister give a speech and they pick a random reporter from the crowd. It's never really a random reporter. It kind of felt like they kind of felt like they just had, you know, a good dozen people selected, questions carefully modified, and, you know, JD expecting.
But Charlie did the same thing, just so you know.
Yeah, but I feel that the questions were a lot tougher with Charlie.
Yeah,
because,
they were.
Like, I guess I need to put a little bit more space between the two of them in that regard, I guess, because I felt like the questions were very easily answered. Like any one of us could have answered them.
So I watched as you know, I sent you the list of, because they're touring right now, right? TPUSA. So I watched the first one, which Tucker was at, and he debated kids. He actually swore, and he was pissed off. He goes, I don't know how Charlie does this, you know. So I watched that one, and I watched the JD Vance one. You remember that big pamphlet I showed you, and I said, oh wow, now they're putting Eric Trump, they're putting Laura Trump.
I remember.
Okay, so I watched the Tucker event, and I watched now just the JD Vance one. So that's what was chanted when Erica and JD Vance were at that event. I did remember that, but I thought it was 47. I thought it was Charlie 47. I don't remember, but it's 48. So I said,
but why
47?
would they say Charlie 48 and he's
JD
dead?
48. The people in the chat are saying they're trying to predict that JD Vance will be the 48th president.
Exactly.
Well, I think at that point,
that's what I'm saying. That okay, now I'm understanding. Okay,
in my opinion, that's a staple. It's already sort of done unless the Republicans can do something.
Yep.
Like that's what it's going to be. It's already laid out. So unless there's a mysterious voter mishap that's going to flip that favor, I can see that's the way it's probably going to be. So that makes sense to me.
Oh, there he goes. 40.
Hold on. Let me read the super chats real quick. Shout out to Angela Jordan, Check Barron, Coleman, and Ian Carroll. Google Trends search.
Yep.
Rode Wireless go-to search agrees with your air gun theory. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's really good.
Both of those guys are actually really good.
So that's a microphone model.
If you want to keep that.
Okay. And then Manuel Override came back and said Candace tried to relate with chant that. I don't know what that means.
She probably said it in her live stream tonight. Maybe is that what he's referring to?
I don't know. Can y'all make sure y'all super chats are like have context because we don't. We have to wait on your next super chat when you say something because we don't understand your first super chat. Like,
Yeah.
we need context. Okay, so this is what I want to share with y'all and see what y'all think about this. You sent this to me, Allie.
Yes,
So
I sure did.
these are all the weirdo cornballs, and what Candace said on her live is that they like boys. And I had said to Allie and Chris today something that might be offensive to a lot of people, but I'm just going to say it. Most pastors are gay. If you're a pastor, you're gay. And that is just my opinion. It might not be true, but if you are a pastor, it is a guarantee that you're gay. Pastors are gay. They get into that field in order to do gay shit. So, with
So,
that being,
Aaron, this is now how many did we have in the last stream? How many SA? Is that okay to say?
Yeah, you can say SA.
How many of that was on the last one? Did we find out? Because this is another one, the Matthew Martinez.
How many? What you say? How many? How many?
So we had Sean. We had Adam Hageman.
Yeah.
We had David Boyles. So we had 3, I guess. We had 3.
Yeah.
Now this is number 4.
So now Tyler Boyer is in this also. And put a 1 in the chat. Y'all familiar with Tyler Boyer, because that's kind of like what Candace Owens was talking about. And I think we was already on Tyler Boyer's tracks already before Candace, but this says
been brought up a few times already. Well, we knew eventually we were going to get to it, right? So.
And just so it's clear, Matthew Martinez is still working for TPUSA, and so is Tyler Boyer. And this whole controversy regarding Matthew, which an essay happened, Tyler Boyer covered it up.
Swept that under the rug.
To add clarity, because some people may be like, why are we talking about these dudes? Who are these dudes? Most likely all of them are gay. And what they literally have done is they got with Charlie Kirk. They seen what Charlie Kirk was doing, became friends with Charlie Kirk, started having, just like how we all are having conversations, start having conversations, and somebody raise their hand and say, hey, how about we do a TPUSA faith and start getting into the churches? And Charlie Kirk was probably like, all right, that's a good idea. And then they started rolling their hands together because they just wanted to. See, the thing about it is these dudes, it's documented. We talked about this yesterday or day for yesterday. It is documented.
Yeah.
The majority of the leaders of Turning Point USA are in paperwork or either have already went to prison in messing with the students.
Yes.
R-word allegations. So you got Tyler Boyer. We're going to talk about him in a second. This Martinez dude, and then this Galaswinski person. A lot of these dudes that are still working with Turning Point USA to this day are either in the college messing with the students or in the church messing with the damn people.
Yeah.
And in the church, they mess with boys. So y'all got anything before I get to this this part right here? Because you sent this.
The best part about that is they can always relocate safely to IHOP.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Which gives them an unlimited resource that they can exploit.
Yeah.
Just a question. What if I'm just bringing this up, y'all? I don't know nothing because I don't want to piss nobody off. What if Charlie Kirk did some stuff? Not saying he did because I don't want to put it on his jacket. But what if Kirk did some stuff and they blanked this whole thing and then sent him over to IHOP in order to hide him because maybe something was about to come out with him? And it just made it better because if the allegations came out on Charlie Kirk, which I'm not saying that there are allegations, but if there were allegations, it would have tore down the whole Turning Point USA. So in order to hide potential allegations, they blanked him, had a memorial for him, said we love him, and sent him over to IHOP, probably do a little face BBL real quick, and then boom, he's good. And there's some weird rumor. I don't know anything about this rumor either. There's a weird rumor about, I'm just gonna say it, Allie. I'm just gonna say it, that Erica lost her kids.
Oh no.
And I don't know what that means, but it's a possibility that she shipped the kids over to IHOP with
listen,
a person.
Listen,
but
I don't even want to get into that because
I know.
We don't have proof, but hey,
we don't.
I never seen her pregnant, and I never seen the kids' faces. So for me, that I don't know who they are. So yeah, it's very odd and strange.
Without seeing the kids' faces, they might as well be Mr. Potato Head dolls.
Yeah,
like,
right. I don't know.
Yeah. So so what are y'all? Okay, before we get into this. And of course, Charlie Kirk died on September 10th. YouTube. We're not saying anything. We're just pontificating.
Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk.
What if everybody just running around doing all this crazy shit with the students? What if something was attached to Charlie and they was like, all right, if this is attached to Charlie, Turning Point USA is about to go into the toilet. We got to get Charlie out of here safely and start crying about Charlie. Because if a girl comes out and say something about Charlie now, they'll be like, how dare you? He was a hero. You liar. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think he would have put out that September 2nd memo, right?
What?
I think he was onto something. I think it could have been so many things, but look at this thing you have up on the screen. That's April 2025. This is recent, guys. How come no one's talking about this? So
let's read this real quick. You may want to change the title from independent journalist to something more appropriate for your style of writing. Journalism generally requires at least a semblance of objectivity and fairness. As you know, you made no attempt to reach out to Turning Point Action. That's something new. Turning Point Action.
It's just a different branch. It's the same as Turning Point Faith. They have another branch called Turning Point Action. They've got a couple different branches.
Yeah.
Okay. So just so y'all know, this is a response by Tyler Boyer cover up of alleged SA. Y'all gotta remember, Tyler Boyer cover up of SA allegations by a prominent Turning Point employee. So this is
Matthew Martinez.
Yeah, and this is the letter they sent back to the reporter who reported it, trying to bully him, discredit him.
Yeah. And the significance of Tyler Boyer being a part of this is what I was saying. Tyler Boyer, who is into boys, according to Candace Owens, he is he's over everything, and he is running around hiring other dudes that are into boys, and now it's all these people that are using Charlie Kirk's name, affiliation, and his company to get more boys. Allegedly, that's what Candace.
Allegedly, yeah.
So Tyler Boyer is the one who is recruiting all of these little weirdos to Turning Point USA.
And he is the chief operating officer.
Yeah.
So
okay.
People want to know what the COO stands for. That's what it is.
Yeah. So it says take the post off your website. So they're threatening the person.
Yeah.
Replace the original post with a post that each of these locations starting that your previous blah 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 blah. So they're threatening the person right here because they're making all these allegations against the Martinez person. And then right here, our investigation did not reach resolution acceptable to the person you identified as victim.
Well, that's not surprising.
So scrolling down a little bit, Tyler Boyer cover up of alleged SA by a prominent Turning Point employee. I just want to reiterate on that. So these guys, multiple guys, at least 6 of them that are higher ups in Turning Point USA have not only allegations of SA and playing with penis, they also have
can say
people
that? Oh my
have
gosh.
done prison time. Sorry.
I can't believe you can
crazy.
say that and not like you have to say IHOP. I like it's so weird.
Go figure. We can talk about our dong, but we can't do geography.
Yeah. So hold on 1 second. Shout out to Bob Bitchin. That's hilarious. Just saw an article saying Charlie was given the real list, I'll say Epstein list. Many of Turning Point USA donors on the list. This is 3 days before Utah. What if the island correlation, see you in whatever that place is, was taken over by TPUSA timeline matches? What do y'all think about that?
Not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah.
It's possible, but the only way I see where it's not possible is if that actually happened and he had it for 3 days. He lived 3 days too long with that information.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're an FBI spook looking to cover this up, you just let him have 3 days with that. The entire world could know.
Yeah.
In 3 days. So that's the only thing that's sort of where I sort of just can't get on board with that. But that has been a rumor that's been floating around for quite a while that he knew what was on it and that's why he's gone. But unless you were standing right beside him the second he found out or had any kind of evidence of that, then it's already stashed somewhere or, it would have been leaked or whatever, right? But that is something that I'm not willing to fully discount. I just don't know how he would have acquired that and the timeline and how he would have acquired that. If that
Not
makes
only
any
that,
sense.
but if he has that, guess who else has it?
Well, exactly. Because if he did have that, I wouldn't see him keeping it on, say, like a laptop or a computer. You'd have to keep it with you, which means it would be on your phone. So now
I'm talking about the only other person he trusts with that kind of information.
Yeah.
Who did he trust? Who?
Candace. She was making a comeback.
Oh,
remember?
right.
She's supposed to be announced as back
Right.
in USA. That was something they were keeping close to the vest that was
Yes.
about to be announced.
Right on, Amani. I forgot about that. Good call.
There's a whole bunch of
it
missing
could be
pieces.
that way. I could see that angle for sure, man.
She did say that.
I could see that angle.
Remember
Especially
today, she
since
said she's dripping out information on purpose.
Yeah.
Who's lying.
And me and Chris were talking about that one time late
that's
at
a
night.
very good point, by the way. I
Remember
just wanted to say that. Thank you for bringing that up, Amani.
Yeah, remember we were saying like he probably gave her everything because he didn't trust nobody. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
He would have been one of those people. I could also see maybe even Tucker Carlson being one of those people as well.
Can I just say somebody in the chat said something I just died laughing. Proud liberal to you. Mikey McCoy's wife could be Erica's twin. I just died. Sorry. I read that.
They all kind of look the same. I can say that. So Manuel Override says you can wear tinted lip gloss eyeliner as a man and not be gay, or at least that's their next move.
Oh,
because you already know JD Vance was doing some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like I said, everybody, all them folks gay.
Unless it's the 80s
Everybody
and
involved
you're in the
with
band
USA
Kiss, I don't
seems
know
to
if
be
that's
gay.
ever going to be widely accepted.
Yeah.
Another big piece that's missing is and suggests cover up is that there's no public press conferences. No one is getting in front of people where the questions aren't pre-vetted and answering them. That would change the whole game.
They just
if
doing
allow them.
podcasts.
Everything is pre-recorded, broadcast, and structured. You said it earlier at the start of the show. There were 3,000 people. Where are these random videos of people just crying?
Just talking. Yeah.
psychologically
or at least
blown
get
away
an
by what
interview.
happened. It's everything is coordinated.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a major missing piece. All those cameras you see in the audience, those phones, there's not nearly that amount of videos circulating the internet.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Another thing, it's a small thing, doesn't mean much, but for any university or any event, and I've done like 20 years in like big events, film, TV, that kind of stuff. There's always an evacuation plan, you
Yes.
know, and we've already touched on other things like EMS and that kind of stuff. But what kind of plan did you see? I saw people running, screaming in all directions, and no cohesion from security or anything. It just shows you that when it come down to this event, there was not a lot of time given to the management preparation or anything. It's almost like it was written off before it started.
Yeah,
be
it was,
honest,
it was planned, and
right?
I didn't send this info that I found regarding Utah. I have to send it to you later, Mr. Let Go, because
Mhm.
Utah did finally share the event contract. Okay.
Oh,
And
that's
the
right. You
yeah, I
mentioned that
showed it
right.
to you,
today.
Chris,
That's
but
right.
Yeah.
I forgot. There's so much stuff.
It's
I
so much.
I forgot to send it to you. So it shows that they didn't require ambulance or police or anything like that. So if something happened, it's all on them. It's all on TPUSA and the event, whoever's holding
They
it.
Wait,
basically they just
like did that
signed
on
off
purpose? You
signed
think?
off a waiver, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're onto something. This is something I've never heard anyone say, but what if this entire event was produced? Now, I used
Yes.
to work in reality television.
Mm.
So
We can talk then.
like if you watch some of these shows where there's cameras everywhere, like Big Brother, what
Yeah.
they do is they set up the possibilities and they put cameras in specific locations to catch all the reactions, and then they let the people respond how they naturally would, and they
Yep.
capture it all. They
Yeah.
only
Imani,
air the ones that make sense for the
Yeah.
story that they want.
did you
So
work on Big
this
Brother? Did you work on Big Brother?
I did.
So
Big
did
Brother
Oh,
2.
Chris.
I did 10 years directing and operating robotic cameras.
Oh,
I know
that's
about
crazy.
hidden camera shows. I know about cutting. I know about operating robotics, and that's why I've never totally discounted the fact that there could have been a random weapon in one of the cameras. I've never
Yeah.
totally
Right.
discounted
Yeah.
that.
No, even
But
before
it
that, I
just
worked
takes
with Mark Burnett, who did Survivor. He did a show called Combat Missions, and it was like a film set compared to a reality TV show. But I bring
Right.
that up to say, remember those? I sent you some pictures, Aaron, of the volunteers, and I was focused on the black T-shirt. But that same company, they had black shirts, blue shirts, and red shirts, all the
Yes.
same volunteers, and they're
Yeah.
everywhere. And it
Yes.
seems like that's only one of those guys had police tape in his hands. It's like, why would that guy, not a police officer, not security, why
Mm-hmm.
does he have the police tape roll?
Yeah.
Why are these people giving instructions and directing traffic when you watch the videos?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting more and more curious that maybe there were only a small percentage of public people there, and everybody else there was given instructions. They knew what to
yeah.
Because
do. They
even
were
when they
told
were
how to
running,
react.
they weren't running.
Weren't panicking.
They
Yeah,
weren't.
Yes.
It
They
almost
were.
seemed
They were
like it
just
was
running like, oh my god!
it
Like,
was
hold
like
on,
a
let me do this.
choreographed ballet of chaos,
no, you go
right?
show the
Yes,
you go
But
show the
put
yes.
girl
put
with the
symphony
47
music
hats.
behind
Ballet.
it and rewatch
Yes,
it and see what it looks like. See if it
Oh
looks
my
like
yes.
God.
a scene from a James
It was a
Bond movie.
ballet of chaos. You're so
You should
right.
put music
Right.
behind that, Mr. Let Go. Put music behind
No,
that.
I'm
Like
from Los Angeles. When somebody starts shooting, panic breaks out and people get
Yes.
trampled, and stepped on
It
Yeah.
was
because they
almost like
don't.
they were
They're
just
well,
like
that's what
dancing around, like,
legitimate
oh,
panic looks like. That's
right.
what authentic,
That's not what we saw. People were
terror
standing
is.
still. They were relaxed. They got
Yeah.
some sort of all clear. Somebody knew there was no active shooter. I don't know how.
Look, we got two cameraman guys here. Crew. Look at these. Look at Monty and Chris. They're experts, and you got Allie,
the son of
investigator.
loud Christian Zion.
And
I work in production. I'm not a camera guy. I'm not technical, but the creative storylines, I'm good at
Yeah.
all of that. And I
And
learned how they do it.
yeah. And I was also wondering, usually for big events,
He's gonna
a
play
fire.
something now.
Oh, is he?
Nope.
Okay, I'll shut up.
no. Go ahead. I'm looking for something.
Well, I was just going to say as well to like, an evacuation plan, usually for bigger events, a fire marshal also needs to be involved to make sure that your escape routes are legal and proper. And that
Correct.
would have also been something that would have had to have been signed away to Turning Point's responsibility, because as it's looking like, pretty much the university kind of said, do what you want, but it's all on you.
Oh my
type of thing.
God. I just thought of something. Like all those people that are there, not one of them tripped or fell or has mental distress.
Nobody
Not one of
got
them did a
trampled.
lawsuit yet. Not one of them did a
No
lawsuit.
Well, except for the guy
lawsuit.
that pulled down his pants and said, I did it. He looked like he was in distress. But
Like,
other than that,
it's kind of strange.
And not only that, but there's paperwork that supports this. They had to pay for insurance. You can't have 3,000 people in that open space like that
no
and
way.
not cover yourself financially.
No way.
But
There's
look how
there's definitely a
everybody
paper
is.
trail.
Look how everybody's running. Everything is just like, oh, okay, let's just run over here. Like it's
It's almost like they've been assigned in groups.
yeah, it was
Yes.
weird.
Group A, run the point 1. Group B,
Yeah,
run the point 2.
exactly.
Group C, run the point 3. You know
Correct.
your cue when you hear the big bang.
No, but they
It's
were
like-
told how
Yeah.
to run. They were told not to panic, run orderly. That's why nobody got pushed, stepped on,
But there's no
broken
panicking
fingers.
because
Oh my
it's a
God.
possibility
Yeah.
that nothing happened.
Somebody had to have gotten hurt
Correct.
if it was a real panic, right?
Well,
Yeah.
that's what Marty was saying. Like, you know, if you're in terror and shock, people get trampled at stuff, man. Like, look at concerts and stuff, and that's just people jumping up and down and having a good time. Now, think about you're trying to run for your life, right?
Yeah.
It's an organized, like I said, ballet of chaos.
Right. You didn't see anybody
Steven
jumping over those
Phil
gates.
Kappa, I agree with you. The gunshot sounded like it was coming out of the speakers. Yeah, I feel like I hear two different kinds of sounds from two different areas, you know?
And that's kind of
Well,
like
that
what I was
goes to
saying.
my theory.
Remember, I said that the reason why it sounds like a gunshot is because he had the mic right here, and when the thing popped, it was in it. The loudness came from the mic because he was like this, counting or not counting, gang violence, bah! And it sounded like a gunshot because it went into the microphone. The sound of it went into the microphone.
Right, but when they were on the roof, it sounded like it sounded more distant and echoey, like somebody fired a shot in the forest. Like that's what the two sounds from the
It went
front.
through the speakers.
Right. Yeah.
It went through the speakers because of the microphone. So this is how everybody is just moving when it happened.
Yeah.
Right.
So I need y'all to look at this.
Script involved.
Nobody ran away. They ran and ducked behind just, it didn't even make no sense. Look at this.
The only one who looks like they didn't know what they were doing is Frank.
Thank God he was there to film everything in the parking lot, because that was what Charlie needed the most in that moment. So after seeing Charlie shot, he sprinted away to the parking lot.
So right here, it's like 30 people right here. Wouldn't you just run to your car? Why are you just grouped up right here?
To step
I
on
don't know.
top of this little wall here so he could film
Well-
it all for some reason. And
So the-
this was part of Charlie's security team.
No,
The
cameraman.
guy up on the wall, the gravel, that makes
And
no
here's
sense
an
at all.
overhead shot so you can see
That
him
video
on
is
top of that
ridiculous.
wall.
Yeah, yeah.
But the people underneath the building gathered there, they're actually the only people that did something that makes sense. Because if you think there's an active shooter in that open space, you're trying to get under some sort of cover. That
No.
makes sense.
I'm going to my car. I'm
Well,
not.
you know,
I'm not.
people
if
like
it's an
us are going to
If
respond
it's an
different.
active shooter,
I don't know.
they are running around shooting people actively. Why the
I
hell
feel
am I going to stand here and say, "Hey, we're over here"?
I feel like
That's
they have some
stupid.
kind of responsibility. He's standing right there the whole time watching. I don't know what he's doing. Soundmen don't do that, or cameramans don't do that. They don't stand right there the whole time. So, like, as soon as the shot goes off, he takes off. Like, why aren't you helping? Get some rags. Help out. Don't take off.
No,
What
it's
are you
scripted.
doing?
It's scripted.
Yep.
Absolutely.
But
Well,
yeah,
he
so
had to
no,
go
I
because he
disagree.
was
You're not
supposed
going to
make it.
crowd with a bunch of people behind a car. No, I'm running to my own car and getting the hell up out of there. That's the dumbest thing you could do. You stay there in this open area so the gunman can just come shoot you. No, that's dumb as hell.
See, but that's the difference. See, when you live in the hood, we have a different understanding of what to do and how to respond because we've experienced this stuff. at the open air parks and the barbecues and the picnics and blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah, even in the
Yeah.
clubs. This
yeah.
Under the
happens.
cover.
But in the middle of Utah, I don't know how many of these people have experienced an open air event where there's a shooting, an active shooter. I I have
But
no
what I'm
idea.
saying is, Imani, there's no heroes. Where's the heroes? I don't see any.
I would have been a hero if I saved my own ass, run to my car.
Right. No, there wouldn't be any heroes. That's actually realistic. The problem is these people didn't panic like they were afraid for their lives.
No.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. They kind of just left and hung around. It's like, okay, what do we do now, man? Do we get
Right.
paid for this?
If I
yet?
was
Like, what's
there,
going on?
if I was there and I knew it wasn't a real shooter, I would have jumped up like, "Hey, you do this, you do that. I got this," and I would have stood in front of him with my chest out like, "Hey, don't shoot anymore. Hey, you go over there. You go over there. I know who you are. I know who you are."
The first thing I would have did was call 911. That would be the first thing, and I would be right there trying to help, give rags or whatever. That's just me. My daughter would always say, like, "Mom, you shouldn't get involved. You shouldn't get like right in the scene of stuff." Well, that's where you become a good Samaritan. I didn't see anybody come to help. I seen them take him off of that floor in 10 seconds, like you counted. I
Mhm.
saw them smiling. I saw
Yep.
the hands, one hand on top, not two hands working on his body. I saw like them baking a cake. I didn't know what they were doing behind there. And
Mhm.
everything in that orderly fashion of picking them up and taking them. Did you see how one was in the front, one was in the back, three on the side, so you can't even see him? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Nice and orderly. That
It
is
literally
scripted.
was choreographed where you could not see him at all. No
Yeah.
angle of him.
Exactly.
Not only that, none of his security team ever tried to protect him.
No. Why are they
Whether
so far away from him?
whatever story you believe about the Trump situation, they surrounded him and covered him where you could not see him at all in case there was another shot coming. They did not do that with
Yeah.
Charlie.
I
That's
would
very
And they
want
true.
didn't
someone
even
to sit
look,
beside me if I was
they didn't
Charlie.
try to find the potential threat at all.
Yeah,
And
instead we
remember,
have
he thought he was going to die. So this was a conversation that was had with Frank Turek. He said they're going to try to kill me. So they had an idea that something was going to happen.
Yeah.
they did.
So they
man.
took all those
And it's not-
extra precautions, didn't they? Didn't
yeah,
they?
no kidding. And it's not like this was just something sudden either. This had been boiling under the surface for quite a while, man. At least for all of 2025 and maybe before. But like, it can be easily documented throughout all this year with the information that we have now. And it's when you look at it, it's just like it could have only really have played out one way, I guess,
Yeah.
sadly enough.
Well, he did confide in Candace. I don't know if that was 2024, saying he feels like something bad's gonna happen to him.
I don't remember if that was
I
early
don't-
25 or 24.
Something like
I
that.
don't remember.
I don't remember. But that's significant. She has that on text and exposed it.
So what have we not seen? What do y'all think is the next shoe that's going to drop?
Your boy is not going to make it to trial.
Well, that's kind of
Mm.
a given.
Well, they didn't even show the trial. Like, so that was 2 days ago, right? They didn't even show his face, by the way.
Yeah.
Court happened. He wasn't even there on the screen. I saw the lawyers on the screen and the judge. Didn't see Tyler. He was on a separate webcam, and everybody in the chat on the court TV was like, "What the heck? How come we can't watch this?"
Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind if somebody already knows or could actually comment on this. I was looking a little bit about the court case, and what I thought I read, and I'm going to say thought I read, was that both the prosecution and the defense in the case both want no cameras or footage being taken.
Right.
Is that true? That both the prosecution and defense both don't want cameras in the courtroom? Is that true?
Anybody know in the chat?
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that.
Me
But
neither.
even if they were to show it, remember, it looks like they chose the defense attorneys as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's going to prove my point, because if you were a defense attorney doing your job, you would want the camera footage. You would want people talking about
Yeah.
the stuff online.
Yeah.
So that just proves the point I was actually trying to get to.
Yeah.
Is that so? If that is true, well, then right from jump, this is a show trial.
Proud liberal to you said the judge said no cameras.
Yeah, but I know that the judge can say whatever he wants. I just want to know if the defense to Tyler Robinson objected to that, or if they said, that sounds great to me.
Oh, so Kelsey Knight said defense don't want them for Tyler's safety, I believe.
Okay, so there we go. So we've got that from Kelsey in the chat saying the defense requested that. And I don't understand why.
Why?
He's not leaving a jail. He's only doing video court. He's under 24/7 surveillance in a cage. And he's probably in solitary. What are you afraid of?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. So, like, for the defense to make that claim that it's about his safety when he's probably the safest man on the planet besides Trump right now, if he's not dead already, makes no sense to me.
Thoughts, anyone?
And yeah, at the end of the day, they don't have a case because of all the stuff that we're talking about. Like, the list of things that I talked about earlier is simple. Everything is fake, everything is wrong. Like everything that is coming out is dumb shit. So hold on, let me read this real quick. Manuel Override says, Manuel Override, thank you so much for so many super chats. I appreciate you. Did you see the clip where Charlie said he wasn't into any reality, but maybe he could win at Big Brother?
I didn't.
Oh yes.
I didn't see that, but I can tell you he would be popular on that kind of show.
Wasn't that on one kind of debate he was talking about or something? Manuel, didn't he say that? I think
just a question. Big Brother doesn't have anything to do with nobody disappearing or something like that, is it?
No, but it is kind of like a show where you have to lie, cheat. What else, babe?
One of those elimination reality TV shows.
Elimination.
Yeah, it's elimination reality show based on popularity, right? So you got to make sure no matter what happens, you're always on the top. And of course, that doesn't mean you're necessarily going to have to remain honest to get there.
Yes.
Or to stay there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just saying, like, I just want to make sure was what we just seen a reality show. And he was trying to be funny. Like, yeah, I just did a reality show by faking. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 1000%.
That's what I was thinking. That was what I was thinking.
1000%.
But yeah, so y'all got anything else? I just wanted to just come in here and just have y'all like add some clarity to the thing. And because the thing about it is we be arguing so much, not arguing, but talking about stuff in the chat so much. I was like, let's just do it on here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
And I also want to do.
He just said something.
Oh, what did he say? What else did he say there?
I think Mr. Letigo can read it.
Let's see. But actually, Charlie didn't say that. I got it wrong. Check the message. Alex Clark said that to him.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm gonna look that up. That's interesting.
And it's funny because this seems to be basically like when we've seen some of the financials and stuff come out, looks like there was some money laundering going on. And the funny thing is the money isn't really the big picture about all of this. Like if you want to sort of look at a broad scale why he was killed, it was because of his influence.
Yes.
And certain individuals wanted to use his reach, the audience that he received.
Yes.
Right. And that's really what it is, because that is something that's better than money. That is power.
Power. Yeah.
And it's funny to say that because we know there's billions being thrown around, but it was still nothing. It was all ends or means to an end. And that was to get that spot.
The spot, yeah.
You know what I mean? And We always got to remember that, because you got to look at where the money's going and where that's being spent, and it's being put in the apps, being put in the news agencies, and that stuff is going to start spitting stuff at you, and it's not even going to be facts or truth. It's going to be only the information that they want you to believe, and that's how you slowly manipulate a population.
Laura, are you manual override? Is that
that's what I was looking at. Is Laura manual override? I was looking at shit.
Okay, I just saw that pop up in my message. I'm just want to clarify.
Allie, I'm manual override. Yes.
Okay.
Laura. Okay.
Laura, we were all up last night in the Scooby chat till like what, 3 a.m.? I don't even know.
Wait, y'all stayed up? I got sick of y'all. I went to bed.
And Ava too, if she's here. Oh man.
Want to know what I was doing? I was snoring.
We were in the group chat last
the warrior.
night. It was like 1 o'clock, 1:30. I'm like, stop. I said, go to bed. I was like, stop. Abby was like about to say something, and I said, I see the bubbles. Go to bed. Stop. I'm going to bed. I'm not gonna be sitting up all night arguing with y'all.
Oh my goodness.
So is that Laura? Fun.
Is that Laura? Is that her name? Is that her?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I just wanted to know.
Yeah. Anybody who's in the chat that is in the Scooby-Doo mystery team, drop Paul Prince in the chat. A lot of y'all are in the chat, and we don't even know y'all YouTube name. We just know y'all.
Yeah. I'm calling her Manuel, and she's Laura. Okay.
We need those aliases.
Right.
Say Aurora.
It's Alora.
Okay.
Wait,
all right.
Say Aurora. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Actually, one of my aliases is I show up in the chat as I think I show up as Let Go Research Team. That's who I show up at in the chat. So there we go. I just got Allie to throw that in there. And of course, there's got to be 007 on the end, because this is some serious James Bond shit we are all doing.
Look, I've never seen anything like this in my life. I've never seen group chat like this. I've never seen another YouTuber do this. So this is really original. Okay.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Tall chicken vegans. That's hilarious. Tall chicken vegans. She said, "How do you qualify for the team? You got to have some information, because the thing about it is, I was letting everybody in the group chat, and people just talk about random stuff, and it was just people just in there or whatever. So we had to start another freaking group chat, and then another group chat, because the pertinent information kept getting just overwhelmed by just people just saying stupid shit in the chat. So yeah, you can qualify. You don't have to qualify. You just be a part of the original group chat. But the other group chats, you can only get into because we got a Scooby-Doo VIP chat. We got like 4 of them. So to be in that
hole, we have rabbit hole.
Yeah, so the rabbit hole is the first one. You have to really be dropping like pertinent information like on a normal basis.
Yeah.
Because other people, they just in there.
I declare Imani into the VIP.
Wait, Imani, you're not in the VIP chat?
Not that I know of.
Nope. He needs to be in there.
Okay.
He's the one who gave us all that freaking footage, man.
I agree.
Holy.
Speaking of, you mentioned something. I don't mean to extend the program this evening, but I sent you a picture a while ago. In a reflection, you can see that there's somebody on top of that building after the shot rings out. And if this whole thing is being produced or overseen or coordinated, somebody in that position would be the one to deliver instructions.
I would like to see that.
I think you're right. Ian Carroll did a video of that. Remember, with that thing on top of the roof, and then all of a sudden it disappears.
Yeah, but then he went back up, and so he figured it was a figure.
Clearly a guy on the roof.
He figured it was a man beside that little vent, which he ended up finding out was for lightning strikes. Am I correct on that? There was a little thing that was supposed to up with lightning strikes, and he thought he seen a man up there. Is that correct?
That thing would disappear.
I don't know. That might be true, but what I'm referring to is totally separate.
Oh, sorry. I thought that's what it was. My bad.
No, I sent the pictures to Aaron. I put them in the group several, probably last week now. But
That's why we need you in the VIP, because everything gets lost.
Everything is lost. Like,
okay.
because
Lost.
I thought it was
Well,
talking
add
about
me
that
and I'll
Ian
I'll
Carroll thing.
resend those. But it's in a video. I took screenshots from a video, and you can literally see someone after the shot rings out. He's on the roof and he's advancing towards the edge of the roof in the reflection. I don't know why anybody would be on the roof after the shot rings out if they're not a
Right.
part of the situation. Obviously, the quote unquote shooter wouldn't stay. So it doesn't
No.
make any sense that there's somebody there.
Yeah, I gotta see
I
that.
didn't see that. I did not see
I
that.
want to see that too, because I agree with you, because we know 100% there was no FBI on scene. There was no police on the roofs. There was no security on the roofs. So we know with no practical law enforcement of any kind there, it kind of, when you eliminate all that, it's kind of only speaking one song, if you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah. But just from the beginning, for me, they prepared JD Vance to be at these events. Okay, we didn't even know. Right after the Freedom Medal, boom, out came the TPUSA list of people that are going to be there.
yeah, the event
Right?
schedules.
What do you
and stuff.
mean they
September.
prepared Frito? What?
Okay,
They
so
prepared
when
JD
he got
Vance
the
to what?
when Charlie was awarded the Freedom Medal, remember that, on his birthday? Do you
Mhm.
remember that memorial? Did you watch it? Right
No.
after the okay, so he got the Freedom of Medal, that medal, and then the next day they post like their tour and the pictures of the people that were going to go there.
Mhm.
On September 16th, remember the cameraman what he posted? It's like they're preparing us for JD Vance. They're
Yeah,
preparing
he
us.
took a picture with JD Vance. Right. That's what I'm saying. So it's like Mikey, JD Vance, and Erica Kirk are put on a pedestal for a specific reason. Those three
Yeah.
people are on a pedestal. Yes.
Yeah, then we need to keep on with the Tyler Bauer camera guy and JD. I don't know why JD's at events now. And by the way, his debate, if anybody watched it, tell me what you thought. I didn't think he debated well at all. How can Erica say so many similarities that it's reminded her of Charlie with JD? Like, what? He
Because
couldn't
that's
even.
conditioning. It's the same way the guy sitting there talking about this other guy was a hero and he was a general and coordinating
Right. And he
events.
didn't even do nothing. Mikey. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying JD's a bad man. Someone said that in chat. I go, no, I just say he can't debate like Charlie did. And Erica said he has so many similarities to Charlie. And I just want to know what those similarities are.
No, it
But
doesn't
I
have to be
think
real. That's what I'm saying.
I
It's the
think the
conditioning.
debating thing is over because now they got Tia's Turning Point Faith. Why would they be sitting around debating damn kids still?
Yeah.
They got the churches now.
Because it's all about the tadpoles. Remember? That's what you said.
Yeah.
It's all about that.
Well, the thing about it is, yes, going to the schools is still advantageous, but they're not going to attract enough people or influence enough people with people who don't know how to talk to the students is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
But because the people that are left are evangelistic type of people, so they're going to stay to the strong suits, which is the churches. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because you can turn around and lose the crowd if you get out there and start looking stupid, and there's enough videos of you getting like, looking dumb in front of the kids. Now you could turn around and hurt the brand. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
And for the IHOP and the Z word, these people, whether Christian or Jewish, Z, it makes a lot of sense to go faith-based because no 501c3, according to their bylaws, can take a political position. You can't talk about Democrats or Republicans, or you can't push your congregation in any direction. You have to be agnostic when it comes to that in order to maintain your 501c3 status. That's part of the bylaws.
Interesting.
So makes a lot of sense to hook up with them and use the faith-based scenario to steer them in a specific direction and move the money.
Either have Turning Point USA over here and Turning Point Faith over here, and one is a 501 thing, and the other one is is a different type of thing. So I agree. Two different companies.
Oh yeah, Megan Kelly. Oh, I'm so disappointed in her.
Why? What's she do?
Oh,
Oh, she
She
sold.
yes,
She
Imani.
flipped.
Like
She
so
said they got to.
she did a debate. So she was like another of the events she was invited to. Like I told you guys, I watch all this stuff, and somebody asked her, "What do you think about the Candace Owen? You know her videos and her theory. She has something going there." And then Megan Kelly said quickly, "Are you talking about the death of Charlie Kirk and then the assassination?" And then the debater said yes. She goes, "Well, you know, Candace Owens is some people's cup of tea and some people's not. Like I don't want to be a leftist or rightist. I don't have any judgment on her, but I still believe in the theory that Tyler Robinson assassinated Charlie Kirk. TPUSA believes it. So that's her stance right now." Which I am just, what? I'm shocked.
Yeah.
So
I'm
many,
not mad at that
she
because,
can't say anything, right? Yeah, she can't say anything.
yeah, because you got to understand, people are getting paid by their handlers. Most of
Yeah.
those people have handlers. Tucker Carlson has a handler, I'm sure. So it's like you can only stay on one lily pad at a time.
True, but you can't switch midstream. And she met and spoke with Tucker, and it sounded like her,
If
Tucker, and
somebody
Candace
give you
Owens
some
were going to
money,
get
you
team.
gonna
Yeah.
switch midstream.
Exactly. That's what happened.
She was the last person that Charlie talked to on the podcast, and he literally told her everything on the podcast. So I feel like she was just like, "Yeah, Charlie, yeah, yeah, yeah," and then now she's like, she's just totally switched sides in a heartbeat.
She's been motivated
Yeah,
properly.
yeah.
I
She's
already
she's
know what you're
quiet.
talking
Megan
about.
Kelly, yeah,
Megan
she's
Kelly.
done.
That's
We're
a disappointment.
yep.
Maybe you can get with the Ian Carrolls of the world, and I don't know, Aaron. Maybe you have a big enough following. I think you could set up some sort of town hall or demand a gathering of some sort, but locally, because we have no information from the press coming from ground zero, and that doesn't make any sense. These kids should be getting therapy and all kinds. There should be
Yeah.
long-term response in place to this happening. We're hearing nothing. That's crazy.
I absolutely agree with that, man. And I don't think it's a really horrible idea, to be honest. I
Yeah.
think, even if it wasn't done publicly, like on a stream, I think you guys who have the content should all sort of bump heads together, and maybe you can come up with things you haven't thought of before, because everything we know right now, it doesn't work, man. It doesn't work. Nothing makes sense. It doesn't work. And maybe between, the
But they're
group
all
of
they're,
you can maybe scratch your heads and maybe kick over a couple rocks that we forgot about or didn't think was anything
are you talking about
relevant.
all the kids that were there?
Just like, even just to further what Armani was saying, just about Mr. Letgo maybe trying to reach some of these other creators who are of the same mindset, and just
Well,
tuning in.
I didn't hear that. Something happened with my computer. So can you repeat what was
Armani,
said?
do you want to repeat that?
Sure. No, yeah, I was
One-
saying it makes sense for someone like you that has the volume of people that watch to connect with
Mm,
other like-minded individuals like the Ian Carrolls of the world.
mm,
Because then imagine a live where there's an X space or something like we're doing now, but you could invite or demand the chief of police come on. You could demand the governor, these politicians that serve the people, and answer some questions directly to
mm.
the people. Forget the media. The
Yeah.
traditional media is not going to do anything, and that's going to be edited before it ever reaches us. But in a space like this, you can
Mm,
literally say, "Come on, and we got 10 questions. We're just
yeah.
going to run them down, and you tell the people." And with you bringing, other people like you, we could get several million at one time, and it's just
Mm.
about the volume.
You
Once you
have a
have the
point.
eyes and ears, they got to pay attention.
Can I tell y'all a secret?
Yeah.
It's not really a secret.
Don't be.
I was part of a militia recently. I would say within two years ago. It was
Really?
called the NFAC. Just look it up. Everybody watching, just look up NFAC. So we actually pulled up on Kentucky when Breonna Taylor, y'all remember Breonna Taylor when she got you know, something happened with her and the police. She died.
Yeah.
We actually, it was 7,000 of us. We went down to Kentucky, marched in the middle of the street, and went to City Hall and demanded the governor to speak to us, or we was going to not act a fool, but we wasn't going to leave because it was so many of us down there. They had to actually shut the whole city down. If you just look up NFAC goes to Kentucky, you'll see it.
Okay.
So and this is the reason why I do what I do, because I've always been this type of activist person. Yeah, shout out to Grandmaster Jay. He got arrested, and it ended the NFAC. They didn't shoot their own guy. A guy shot himself in the foot. He shot himself. Nobody shot him. He shot himself in the foot.
I think that type of action could be very, very effective at this point, because the narrative we have now and the blackout on the media is killing this whole thing.
Yeah.
If they could rush this trial, know how this whole thing works.
Well, like we said, we wanted to make a petition, get Candace to sign it or something. Like we're thinking like power and numbers and stuff like that. Well, what do we do, right? Like, what can we do?
Right, but you got to act. Petition is paperwork, and that's a good place to start.
Yeah, I believe in acting.
Bodies. Yeah, you need people. So what we can do online, like I said, Aaron already has a strong following. Somebody in your audience knows Ian Carroll and knows these other people doing these large X spaces. So it's just a matter of linking up to the point where you're dealing with millions on a live.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't see nothing wrong with that, but everybody has their own thing, right? So all of us together can actually do something together, but at the same time, they might have their own interests.
They will. And my only response to that would be, this is just about the common thread. So everybody has their own spins and their own focus, right? But these three items, like we know the type of weapon, that's BS. We know, there's certain things that 99% of us agree on, and it's obvious beyond the narrative we're being told. So if we get 1 million people on a live to demand that the governor join or that the police chief join and answer these three questions, because nobody understands why you're telling us it happened this way. I think you could move the needle.
Something like what Candace said tonight, and she called out Joe Kent, right? Because Kash Patel shut him down for getting access to the FBI files on Charlie Kirk case.
See, that would be the
called him out. She called him out on, and I bet he's gonna freaking call her.
See, that would be exactly the type of individual if you had the timing to scoop up. So I really hope he reaches out to her.
Yeah.
I really hope that, because he would be able to shed a lot of light on that conversation with Mr. Patel. And I'd be very interested to hear how that went down.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or even Tulsi.
So I agree with you, Imani. I agree with you. 1,000%. Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. I definitely agree with you, man. That's a fantastic idea.
I saw a couple comments here I wanted to read, if you don't mind.
Go ahead. Yeah, you can.
I don't know where my glasses are. Adrian Jones, 8989. Today on YouTube was a gentleman that was interviewing 3 men about their experience on the campus that day and how they were an eyewitness. I turned it because they blew me with that bullshit. I agree, because I watched that too. So I just wanted to say that. Adrian Jones, I watched that too, and I'm just like, it looked like a pre-planned interview, if that makes any sense.
And that's the problem with these 3,000 people. The only people that are actually talking are actors.
Yes.
But the other people, it's like they're not on TikTok. They don't have an Instagram page.
Yep.
It's like every person came out has been exposed as an actor. And the other 2,997 people ain't said nothing.
Let's get a petition to fire Patel.
Right. It's funny when you think of production, right? Remember we used to all watch these churches on TBN or whatever, and they would blow on the audience and everybody would fall down.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
my mom was a good friend with a gospel singer named Helen Baylor, and they were at one of those events and they didn't fall. But they also didn't sign the paperwork when they arrived.
Oh.
Wait, what did the paperwork say?
Oh,
Fall?
you had to agree. There were certain things you were going to do in terms of audience participation, and
Audience
that's the point.
participation. So it's an audience participant. So it's not, hey, fall when I blow. It's you are confined to this audience participation agreement. So
Correct.
it would say if the pastor, your job is to do whatever the pastor says.
Right.
Kind of like that.
It's
So
like, and it's also a release to use your likeness, on air.
yeah.
But that's the whole.
Yeah,
So
man.
the pastor probably say, all right, I'm gonna blow on everybody, and everybody they go, ooh, that's my cue. Okay, so we're gonna fall, you're gonna fall, and then they fall. Yeah.
Right. So
That's
3,000
crazy.
people was
And
just 30 groups of 100. We could easily get some paperwork signed and tell this group you're going to run to the left and get down. This group
Yes.
is going to go inside and wait in the hall. This group
Mhm.
you're going underneath by where the cars are and just
And
Yeah.
wait for further instructions.
and
'Cause
someone did
we
say
never
in the
saw any
chat.
police giving orders.
Someone did say in the chat, Myrtle Beach Web Angel. Someone yelled, "Stay down!" right before the shot. Do you guys remember that? I
do.
remember that.
yes, I remember that.
Someone said just before he got shot, I go, "Stay down."
Mm.
Do you remember
Yeah,
that, Aaron?
but the tone
I'll
of
Yeah.
it
send it to you.
sounded like he was telling somebody to like get out of the way of a camera. It didn't sound like it was a prep for violence. I did pay attention to that.
Because I only heard that once and I didn't really get like any other angles of it to really sort of see where it was coming from or anything like that. So I wasn't really able to dig deeper on that. If anybody else has something else besides that original angle, because I've only been able to see that.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Aaron, one request,
yeah.
bro. Does
Uh-huh.
anybody have any footage of the actual SUVs leaving in
No.
motion? 'Cause
No,
I have not seen it.
I
And if
think
you
we got
watch
all the
videos,
footage. I
you
think
see
we got
rows.
we got all the footage.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You see 2 rows of SUVs, and then all of a sudden, the line of SUVs that had the one that took Charlie away, they're all gone.
Because the
Still
last
panicked,
person
running
that had
around.
video of the SUV, they started filming the ground. They didn't
Right.
stay on the SUV. They just pulled their phone down
Yep.
and because they would have showed everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Even homeboy that was standing in the gravel with that fake scripted, they shot Charlie Kirk, whatever. He turned his camera away when the car started moving.
And I
Yes.
think that was the audience participation, like you're saying. They aren't actors. They just signed an audience participation waiver because they did say that they don't charge money for these events, but you do have to sign up. So every 3,000, every person there had to sign something, and it probably was an audience participation waiver and an NDA also. So you agree to this NDA and you will be sued if you say anything. And next thing you know, it may say if you film anything, film it for like 3 seconds and stop it. Because
Right.
every last person that films something, they stopped filming.
Yes. Yeah. It's always like 10, 15 seconds.
10 seconds and they stop.
Or they
Yeah.
were instructed to submit all of their footage to one specific location, one email address, one platform.
Well-
That's not really that hard fetch, especially at events like this.
Yep.
They're going to try to control content because they're going to want to put it out themselves. Like even just at a regular event, not something where somebody
Very,
dies.
very true.
So I completely agree with that, and I can see that being something reasonable.
They had to sign some kind of NDA. You can't post. You can't. Because I know my daughter's in the music stuff, right? So like if you're at an event, let's just say you can't share it. You can't share everything because they haven't posted it yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, you sign
Yeah.
a release
Technically,
form.
technically, they own that content, really.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Uh-huh.
so they probably signed something, Aaron. They probably signed something before the event started. Like you can film,
Mhm.
but you can't post it.
Yeah.
And Aaron,
Something
you
like
said
that.
something almost 2 weeks ago. Candace Owens should drill down on this Those professional cameras that are probably 4K,
Mhm.
you've seen no footage from those.
No,
But
No.
TPUSA has all that footage.
we're not going to see it.
Yeah, and what did they have? They had the reverse, they had the high reverse, the low reverse, then they had the 2 front angles, so that's
Correct.
Well,
4.
let
And
me
then
say
they
this.
had at least one other guy going around doing crowd. That's 5 that
Let me
I
say
can
this
count.
though.
Yeah.
If
That's
this
a
whole
lot of
thing
high
was,
res footage.
if this whole thing was planned, those cameras were not on.
Potentially.
Why would they film
Potentially,
it?
yeah.
So if it was, most likely none of the cameras were filming anything. So
I
it
would
was
say this
nothing
as well.
on the
I agree.
cameras because it's all orchestrated. So why the hell would they film themselves doing some shit? So none of the cameras had any footage, in my opinion.
That's possible.
That's
But
very
then,
possible.
but then why did the camera guy grab an SD card that was
Yeah.
empty?
Yeah.
Well, the SD card that he grabbed was possibly, I don't know, the only one that was filming. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know.
Well, it was because Candace did say she saw the footage from that one.
So I
She
guess
saw the back camera footage.
so. Realistically, we only have confirmation that one camera was rolling.
That's
Yeah.
it. We only have
Right.
confirmation
Cameras were
from
rolling.
So
one.
those other cameras, we don't even know if they were rolling. It could be
Yeah.
very well what you just said.
Yep.
Because
if that was the
we only
case,
know
he would have
her
took
seeing.
all the SD cards instead of just one.
Yeah, they left the cameras there, and he ran to the he ran to the rocks, but he came back and he just took that one, and all the other cameras were still standing there.
And as
the
y'all
cameras
already
were left
seen,
rolling.
when he came back to the cameras, he had guards guarding him. I don't know if y'all
Yes.
remember that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he did. He had that one guy with the
That's
gun
the
under
video.
his arm.
That's the only
Mhm.
one video footage that I sent you that was like almost an hour long because the guy was on the rooftop and he heard the
Mhm.
shot and he came down. That's the only guy that posted on. He was from Utah and he posted an hour-long video.
You want to know what I kind of want to do? I want to actually go back to footage after the shot to see if I can see any of his staff going to cameras. I want to see if they're pulling anything now.
Wait,
You know
I
what
can
I mean,
find
Armand?
something
I
real
want
quick.
to see if they're pulling anything.
Hold on, let me see. Let me see
Taking
if I can
anything.
find.
What if all those
Hold on.
cameras fed to one central location and that SD card is the only
Ah, you see what he just said?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
they would have to have, like, I don't know, they wouldn't be able to do that wirelessly, so they would have to have that cabled. So they would have had to have an area to have that
But
set
no,
up
but they,
at.
on the far right side, there was all kinds of tech
Cable.
equipment. I want to look to see if the wiring is there, but those cameras probably were all
Connected.
spliced together.
I know one of those pieces of equipment is definitely an audio mixer.
There you go.
So
So
that's
master
very
key.
obviously identifiable as an audio mixer. But I swear I've seen something off to the side of that, but I've never really concentrated on looking at what it is. I'm just trying to think back when I've seen shots of that. There
Yeah.
might have been something beside that mixer, man.
Yeah.
There might have been. But I wouldn't mind seeing if we can see after the shot, if we can see anyone
So
approaching
right
the
here.
camera.
Can y'all see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So right here, if we can look at, so let's see if the cameras are still up. Nope, the cameras are gone. The second
What about the front ones?
The front.
There,
Oh,
there's one right there.
Right in the corner.
Okay.
Right in the corner.
So there's one.
Yep. It's still there.
Let's
Nobody
see.
even remotely close to it, though.
Somebody could have just stole that, you know?
While you're looking for that, I have one other question for you guys, something I've never thought about until just what I just saw. Those little platforms, do you guys realize that Charlie's body never hit the ground? Did
What do you
notice
mean?
that? So you see how that little stage platform is set up right there?
Yeah, a stupid table on top of a
He fell
basket.
on something like that. So his chair was on a riser, and
You can
he
see it there.
was
You can see
taken
it right there.
down.
He was on like a table riser. Yeah.
His body never hit the ground. He never touched the grass.
What do you
'Cause the
mean?
guy-
Because I've seen his body hit the ground.
Yeah,
No,
the
you
guy
don't.
pushed him.
It looks like he does, but it's not the grass. He is up on that little riser, that was to his left.
What does that mean, though? What's your
Well,
That
point?
looks like a
remember we
camera
said
case.
I'm not
Oh,
That's a
hold
introducing the
on.
case.
idea that the trap door was anything, but what I am saying is there was space to maneuver underneath him,
Hold on.
and his body was never on the ground.
I think it was.
It wasn't. I promise. I watched this video. I have to find it and send you the
Okay,
specific
okay,
video.
okay. You might have.
Because I've seen
But
the video and he hit his body hit the ground. I've
no,
seen
no.
his body
See,
hit the ground. It
look
landed
towards
on
your
the ground.
right. On
I
my
can't
screen,
play
it's
it now
different.
because that video got demonetized, so I'm not gonna play it. But it hit
No,
the
no, no.
ground
But you
because
see
he
that
pushed
So
him
wait,
over.
riser? It's
are
one of
you
those.
saying?
If you look at where you can see the blood on the table, sorry, the Kool-Aid on the table. To the left of that, there's a riser,
It
and
looks
he
like an
fell onto
equipment
that.
case.
Equipment case. Yeah, okay, I see.
Yep,
I
Oh
the
see it.
no,
equipment
no,
case
no.
is underneath
He's
the
right.
riser, the
He's
platform.
right. It's a riser because there's a table on top of it with the MAGA hats.
Oh, I see it. I see
Yes,
it.
he fell on that on the left side. Yeah, that's it right there.
What? I
Yeah,
don't understand
that
what that
is a
means.
riser.
So what I'm saying is, remember they talked about the trapdoor stuff. I'm not saying that's a thing, but the point is, whatever they were doing to him, they were working with him on top of that. He was not on the ground.
Okay,
So we're looking
so
for Kool-Aid in the grass and all that. It wouldn't be there.
yeah, because it's
He never hit the ground.
also because it's a dark color, you can't really tell, right? So it looks like he is on the ground.
You wouldn't
So
be
now
able
that
to
I
tell.
see, now I see the table and that the black table. Now I see what you mean. Okay, here we go.
So right here, he's on the ground.
Well, I can't see from there.
No, I gotta find the
He's
specific
on the
video.
ground because the guy right next to him, his knees are on the grass. They're on the grass. He's on the ground.
Nope.
We can check it and debunk it, whatever. It doesn't really matter if he's on a table or grass. Is there a specific reason? You have a reasoning behind that, Imani? Like,
I don't understand the
Well,
point.
so I gotta show you.
Have the two
It'll make
things.
a lot of sense if I show you the video because it's difficult to imagine what I'm explaining. But I'm just saying that there's something to the idea that he did not hit the ground. So when it comes to treatment, right?
yeah.
They were doing to him and this quote unquote injury to his neck and all of the stuff we saw him smiling and all of that, it's a little more strange when you realize that he wasn't on the ground. They took him down, but they didn't take him down to the ground
What does that have to do with anything? I hate
because they're talking
like
about
these
bodies being
conversations.
switched. They're talking about putting a
What does
mannequin
the
in there.
ground have to do with this? Ground.
If he
Ground.
had
The
the
word
space, if
ground.
they had the space to maneuver and switch bodies or to fix, you said his shirt wasn't right. There was no Kool-Aid on it. I'm just saying the production version we've been talking about tonight could easily be more explained if we understand that they had equipment under that table and he never hit the ground. They could maneuver. We couldn't see it, but they were doing things with that body that
He
we
was
would
on the
never.
ground. Okay, but he
I'll
fell
send you the
to
video.
the ground. Okay. Because like I said, I can't play the video because I know that video will get me demonetized. So
Yeah.
he fell to the ground because I seen his body hit the ground because the guy pushed him over. And I was like, "Ugh!" So I
Right.
played that video
He
10, 20 times.
Aaron also has the other side, but we can't really show it. He has it on his
Yeah,
Patreon.
and
He
it
has it
hit
on his
the
Patreon.
ground. It hit
No,
the ground.
It's not the. I'll show you. I promise.
Okay.
No
Okay,
worries.
show us in the chat after.
Yeah, show us in the chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
But y'all, it's almost 12 o'clock. Ain't like we going to bed or nothing, but I'm getting off the live stream.
Happy Friday.
So hold on. Somebody says, contact Candace Owens. Like, Let Go showed us footage of someone going under the table. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we went over all that already, but yeah. So to everybody watching, if y'all want more footage of the things that we're talking about, make sure to join my Patreon. So if you want more footage or to be able to keep up with the things that we're talking about, whether he hit the ground or not, I'll post all that type of stuff on my Patreon because I can't post it on YouTube. So I'm dropping a link to join my Patreon now, and the link to my Patreon is already pinned at the top of the chat, and I'll pin it at the top of the comment section also. So if y'all want videos and angles of what we're talking about that we can't play on YouTube, join my Patreon right now. Click the link and join my Patreon. But y'all got anything else?
No, man. Like, this was a great live. We covered everything.
Thank
I
you.
just wanted to say thank you for the great discussion tonight.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It was a lot of fun, and it was nice to dive into some of this a little, you know.
And thank you for joining us, Chris.
Well,
Yeah, it's first
I
time.
just
I
hope
know
bring
you be in the
some-
background. I'll be like, what Chris got to say? I be want to hear what you got to say too.
Oh, I
He
hope
has
I-
the hands. He's the hand man.
I
He's the
just
hand
hope I
model.
bring, like,
Yeah, Chris will just put his hand in there. Like,
you want to know what? I was actually a hand model on a TV show, like in another lifetime, like 15 years ago.
Oh my God.
oh,
And it's funny because I got these, like, you know, meat claws. I can palm a basketball too. So when they said Charlie could do that, I'm like, yeah, I know what that's like, man. I'm like this size. I can palm a ball, no problem.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, we debunked a lot of things, and like to see what happens in the next couple days.
yes, yes.
We've crept a little closer, you know,
Yeah.
and that's what this is. It's just a game of inches, and we just got to keep clawing for every inch, and you know, eventually you reach the end, right? So.
Yeah, that's all we could do. Next time we could talk about the guy who posted an hour-long video. What hour-long video?
That was one of the first videos I sent you in the beginning in September, like when this happened. He was on the rooftop and he was talking to this guy with curly hair, and the shot rang out.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Yeah, he played
about
that video's long.
Yeah, I got it.
Yep. He's the one that showed the SD camera card coming down and all that. Like that, it has everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on one of my phones. I had to erase it on my computer because I got so much stuff on my computer. But I got it. I just gotta find which phone is on.
Right.
Join his Patreon so he can get a hard drive. He's got to have a place to start putting his footage.
Yeah, 1000%. Join my Patreon, y'all. So y'all have a good rest of y'all night. And if you want to join the Scooby Doo group, follow me on Instagram. My Instagram page is right here. Is IGIM_Mr. Let Go. And join my one of the group chats. And I'll just say Scooby Dooby Doo in the comment. I mean, just DM me Scooby Dooby Doo, or I want to join the Scooby Doo team, and I'll drop you in the chat.
With facts only. Facts, please.
Yeah, bring some stuff. Like, just don't be in there saying stupid stuff, because I will kick you out.
Like, we don't want to hear flat Earth, okay?
Yeah, no flat Earth conversations. Yeah, y'all gotta have some. I want to talk about
no aliens.
Yeah, don't come in there talking about some goofy stuff. Start some arguments about men versus women. I'll kick your ass out, and then you're gonna be dealing with, yo, why you kick me out? I ain't even say nothing. It was them.
Yeah. Good.
So talk to y'all later, and thank y'all for being on here. Shout out to Omani. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
Almighty.
invite. I appreciate it. Add me to the VIP, and I'll get you that footage.
Yeah.
I add you. You on there?
All right, cool.
You
All
should see
right.
it.
See you in
All
there.
right. Talk to y'all later.
Cheers. Bye.
Have a good night,
All
Chris.
right.
Allie.
Bye.
All right. So before I go, I'm gonna play my intro again because somebody said play the intro. So I'm gonna play the intro for the outro.
Everybody, everybody.
Come on, play it. Here we go. Hold on, y'all. Take the banner off. So if you have not hit the like button already, hit the like button.
Everybody, everybody hit the like button. 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 If you got something to say, drop it in the comments. Don't be acting afraid. What? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. If you got something to say, drop it in the comment. Don't be acting afraid. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city. What? Drop your city in the chat. What? Drop your city in the chat. Drop your city in the chat. What? Everybody, everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Why did everybody hit the like button? Everybody hit the like button.
Just do it! Just do it!
How about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time. Hey, how about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
And a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions.
Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from? This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband. If you don't
Gina says, Mr. Let Go, I'm not dating, but I do have a daughter and I got those cards and they're awesome. Thank you so much, Gina. Yes, if you have a daughter or if you have a mother, make sure to buy my mother-daughter card game. I'm telling you, it will change the relationship that you have with your mother or your daughter or your auntie or your sister. I promise you, it's helped so many people.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions.
Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from? This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.